And welcome back to the Rock Shop Podcast. I'm the owner, at Riley the Tiger. Joining me today is
Tyler
He's
Peterson.
back.
I'm back. We did the 69th episode, and now it is 6/9, the date.
That was a tough episode to follow up on, man. I tell you, a lot of classic moments, like my elevator pitch.
There was a lot of classic moments. You're right.
When,
But I think it's funnier if this one is just awful.
Well, last time you thought I was trying to be like a car, so.
Yeah, all right. That was that got me. I laughed a good bit. Actually, you know what? This whole podcast, let's just talk about all the parts about the old podcast that we liked, and then you know what we should do? We should play the podcast and we talk like a commentary over the podcast while it goes. That would be very listenable and not annoying.
Perhaps. I'm more annoyed just by like more performative like bullshit or activism. That's more like annoying to me because you'll just see shit like I don't know, like you had the Met Gala or whatever. I don't follow that shit. I don't care about fashion. But you'll always have that one annoying celebrity that has to wear like a dress that says like pay your fair share in taxes. And it's like that's a lot.
AOC.
Well, there's a lot of there was one lady there, some actress who was wearing a dress that said peg men instead or something. It's like, damn.
What the hell does that mean?
Peg the patriarchy.
Like fuck him in the butt with a dildo.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that's lame.
Yeah, I mean, it's catchy. It's alliteration. It's catchy. Peg the patriarchy.
I'll give him that, but it's still pretty cringe. But you see that a lot. You see a lot of like people want to be, some kind of theater kid.
I don't mind taxing the rich. It's not my problem. I'm not rich.
Well, still, I mean, like fucking M&Ms will come out and talk about like immigration reform or some shit. And like, yeah, I don't want to be lectured by the green M&M.
Oh, I thought you meant a bunch of like white rappers.
No.
I'm not talking about immigration.
No. The green M&M Twitter account will be like,
didn't she get unsexified? Isn't she like ugly now?
Yeah.
She was so fine back in the day.
Yeah, they made her ugly, and she immediately started becoming like an activist. That's how it all goes.
Well, it's like unrealistic expectations for what M&Ms should look like. They're not really fuckable. They're actually small.
I can't see M&Ms long ago. Fuck M&Ms and Skittles.
If you left the bag out in the sun and it like melted, you could probably then stick your dick in the bag and fuck them. But just a singular M&M, it doesn't have big old lips,
M&M's just all gross to me. I don't know. I like that shit as a kid.
You don't like chocolate at all?
I do. Little food grosses me out. Like when you have
little food, just small, tiny foods.
Yeah. Oh, mini M&Ms are disgusting. They're like sprinkles. I fucking hate sprinkles. And
sprinkles are annoying. Yeah, there's no point.
And it's just gross, dude. Like that's not a food. What the fuck is a mini M&M? What nutrients could you possibly derive from that?
I think it probably has to do with like adults don't really get sprinkles anymore because they know like it does nothing. But I think kids like it because the like stimulation of like the color just like looks appealing to them, and also it's just increased sugar. But they really have no flavor. They don't really taste like anything. They taste like just sugar, plastic garbage.
It's an insult, bro. That's just weird because theoretically you could just swallow sprinkles. You could just go like, you don't have to even eat them. You could just like,
you could swallow anything small, really.
Yeah. It's just weird to me. Like they're like pills, I guess. You wouldn't like chew on a pill.
No.
Yeah. You wouldn't like chew on your Tylenol. I think I did that once. It was the worst mistake of my life.
Yeah, it's like turns into the cinnamon challenge. It's like a bunch of just like it's so compact, and then you bite into it, and it's like your mouth just fills with powder. It's like where did all this come from? You
Yeah.
know, it's like I don't know. There's some movie where this guy like chews his tooth. What is that? Leon the Professional,
Was that really that
where
much?
like Gary Oldman like bites on a pill or something,
Oh yeah, that was a
something
great
like
one.
that.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen that since like high school.
I think Rick and Morty was the tooth, maybe. I don't know.
My IQ's not high enough for Rick and Morty, so I don't watch it.
It's classic.
So this was before your time. This was when I was a freshman and you were still like a high schooler and in college. But
Uh,
you know that horrific McDonald's by all the freshman dorms?
on Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, well, who was it? Shit. Do you know, like, when you would have been a junior, I was a senior. Yeah, Kodak Black got shot at there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? That's only the second worst tragedy that happened at that McDonald's. Because the
Didn't
worst tragedy I'd ever seen there, I was a freshman, and
yeah.
that was the McDonald's that got the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce.
Oh. Did it I bet a lot of fights broke out because it was probably busy as hell.
Yeah, there were. That was actually, I think it was Parents Weekend, and I was gonna get the meme sauce and scalp it online.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, they got the sauce. Or I don't even know if they did. They probably like didn't. I can't remember. I just remember seeing like Snapchat, the Snap Map, um, poking on that McDonald's and seeing like riots breaking out. I didn't see. I think because I was in the freshman dorm and I used to frequent that McDonald's. I used to
Yeah.
go like every week. Um, but yeah, I do remember like walking over, just seeing like the line extend all the way to like the church or something.
That's so dumb. Oh, that's kind of metaphorical though.
Go to church instead, bro. You need it.
Everyone's driving away from the church going to the Szechuan sauce McDonald's. It's pretty poetic.
Then I
Yeah.
had a friend who was a manager of McDonald's at the time. He got the sauce, but he'd turn away every redditor that dared to enter the store, and he just sat on a bunch of them. And he gave me one. That was the grossest shit I ever ate in my life.
Yeah, it was kind of silly because I mean they got Szechuan sauce at like Publix. Just go buy it from there.
Tastes like cat piss.
Yeah. There's actually a coffee. I think it's Vietnamese coffee that uses actual cat piss, and cat piss kind of tastes like paper. If you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah. But I mean, I was there when they had the Travis Scott burger. That was
Shit,
good.
shit, dude. I can't remember. I think it was during Lent, and I gave up McDonald's.
That's
So
good.
see, unlike all these heathen redditors, I chose God over McDonald's, but then I
Yeah.
missed out on the Cactus Jack burger.
Damn.
How was it?
Oh, I didn't eat it. I haven't eaten at McDonald's in probably like 4 years. I could never do that to myself anymore. I I ate a lot when I was a freshman because I think they have special deals in like college towns. You could get 50 nuggets and two large fries. And anytime I was drunk, I would just Uber Eats that, and it would be $20 to just feast. And then I would wake up the next day and just hate my life. I just have a pit in my stomach. And yeah, I can't be eating that anymore. It's disgusting.
I still like a Big Mac here and there.
Nah, don't do that to yourself. A
But
McDonald's breakfast is good. I like a McGriddle and a hash brown. But even then, I don't think that stuff is real. I don't know what's real.
their eggs look really gross. Like they have some tour voice actor hype up their breakfast, treat it like it's something kind of fancy. But I just look at it. I know the truth.
Yeah. I my favorite sort of fast food place, if I'm gonna go anywhere, is Bojangles. That's my favorite. Do you go to Bojangles?
No, but for me, I deeply and thoroughly miss Whataburger.
I I had Whataburger not too recently, but recently enough where I can remember. And I was also drunk. I make bad decisions when I'm drunk, and I get terrible food. And I think I ate 3 different sandwiches from Whataburger, and I did not feel good for 2 days.
Damn.
So then again, I vowed not to eat fast food, but it'll probably happen again sometime when I'm desperate. The apartment I was looking at moving into, I moved into a house in Georgia, but one of the apartments we were looking at had a Dairy Queen on the first floor. Not a lot of people know this, but Dairy Queen also sells some pretty good chicken tenders, and that would have been dangerous for me. Did
There's
you
a
ever did you ever dip your chicken fingers in ice cream?
can't say I did. I don't really go to Dairy Queen. Fuck the monarchy.
I didn't do it either. I was just wondering if you went that far, if you went that distance.
Can't say I did, but
What was burning on your mind? You never brought it up.
yeah, I was about to. But I will say, when I was a junior, I lived at the Lux. Do you know what that is?
The Lux, yes.
Yeah, Lux sucks. It's true. But I
That's
lived at the
good. It's almost as good as Peg the Patriarchy.
yeah. No, Lux sucks. The only cool thing is it's right behind Whataburger. Yeah, Whataburger, Chick-fil-A, and it was on top of uh what's that plate? The biscuit plate, Maple Street Biscuit.
Yeah, I lived right by there actually in my senior year.
Dude, there's a Maple Street Biscuit. It's a little far from you, maybe like a half hour. But there is one up here.
Mm.
I go here and there.
Is good?
Yeah, you ever been?
No, I've never been.
No, it's so good, dude, actually.
What did I say, bro? We weren't going to be able to follow up the last podcast. We were over here talking about biscuits today. Last podcast we were on fire. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get some nuggets of gold.
I've got a hot take about the new Jurassic World.
I haven't seen any of them, so lay it on me.
The first one was really garbage. Normies liked it, but people turn around. They're starting to say like, yeah, Jurassic World was bad actually. You've seen the first part, right?
I've seen Jurassic Park 1 and 2, and I've seen the first Jurassic World, but I was like young where like stuff wasn't really registering. So I remember like they were driving in the balls. That's about it.
Yeah, I've seen all of them, but the second one, Lost World.
God damn.
World 1 is garbage. World
Is
2,
it worth it to watch them all?
I don't know. 3 is pretty high. 3 is just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a talking dinosaur. That part was cool.
I don't want. There's a talking dinosaur. Like
Yeah.
English.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, it's not even American. Yeah, he's an English raptor.
What? Stop. That's bad.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have an American accent. He has an English accent. He's like, I dare say.
I dare say I'm going to eat your cock.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, World was bad. World 2, I was drunk, so I don't remember it. It was also just really boring. World 3, people are saying it's an unmitigated disaster. So I'm really excited to see it.
Mm.
They're saying it's really garbage.
I don't watch too many franchise movies. I don't know. I've seen all of Star Wars and I've seen like the basic ones, but
Well, issue is it's not called Jurassic World 3. It's called Jurassic World Dominion. So like I'll look up Dominion on Twitter, which isn't a good idea because I don't know if you know, but the voting machines we use to vote, it's called Dominion. So
no.
like I don't know if you like pay attention or like cared, but during 2020, all people would bitch about was Dominion, how like it changes our votes. That's really just funny because like I Twitter or I like go on Twitter and I look up Dominion, and it's just like half like nerds outraged a bad movie, and the other half is just like agitated old people going like they're changing our votes. It's bullshit. And it's so funny. I'll look at an account. Someone will bitch. They'll be like, Dominion is making my vote worthless. And then I'll look at their account and see they're a third party voter. And I'll be like, bitch, your vote was always worthless.
I'll be honest, I don't vote, but we technically don't know if the votes actually count. Like, what if they don't? What if they just go somewhere and they're like, all right? But like, no common person checks up to count every single vote. It's all computerized these days.
In
And if it
Georgia,
is, if it isn't computerized, there's people who count the votes and then they just put it into a computer. That could be changed as well. You know?
yeah, it was like annoying in Georgia. Because we had like all these elections like last year. It was super annoying because they'd be like, whoops, we can't vote because the AC died. Sorry, we'll vote. We'll count the votes sometime else. They'll pull shit like that. And it's like,
Especially back in the old days when you just wrote it on paper. Like, who knows if that was really counted? Especially back in the old days. And now it's like, there's technology involved, but I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying we really don't know if it really is being counted 100%.
I like the idea that like a bunch of kids are out there like, oh boy, I can't wait for Jurassic World Dominion. So they all Google Dominion and they become like red pilled and they're like, holy shit. And they become like conspiracy theorists. It's the Jurassic World to Alex Jones pipeline. It's right there. They go there, like some kid goes to his mom and he's like, Mom, the globalists, they're fucking stealing our votes. They're changing my vote.
Bro, that's what should have been that's what the movie should have been about. It should have had the English speaking Raptor come in and like try to get on Fox News and like inform everyone. And you'd think he'd be there for like dinosaur rights, but really he's like, they're changing the vote.
Yeah, some annoying TikTok kids like, Mom, I saw Jurassic World. They're changing our votes. They're nullifying my vote. And the mom's just like, honey, you can't vote. You're 13.
I'm excited for the Chris Pratt Mario movie.
The what?
The Chris Pratt Mario movie?
Oh, yes, I
The
am.
Mario movie? Anyway.
I'm sad because it was supposed to come out this year and it got delayed to like next March.
Yeah, because of COVID or something?
No, because like I just don't think it's ready because like we haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah. They probably made it and they're like, oh God, this is terrible.
Well, do you know who's making it?
I don't remember now.
It's this guy who I think I'm not sure if he's directing it or just producing it, but it is a studio, and his studio. His name's Chris Meledandri, or something like that. He is the founder of Illumination. So they've
Oh,
got the Minions team
yeah.
making this shit. And I'm so excited because all their movies are horrible.
I don't know. It has a star-studded cast, so the script must have been good for all these guys. Although the cast is like the people who will just do anything.
Oh yeah,
Like Chris Pratt. I'm pretty sure Samuel L. Jackson is in it, and Samuel L. Jackson's still doing fucking Capital One commercials when he's a legend.
they've got a
And
famed YouTuber, Jack Black.
oh yeah, he's probably Wario, right? That would make sense.
He's Bowser actually.
Ah, okay. So he's just
Since
is he gonna be is it CGI? Are they gonna resemble themselves at all? Or is it just is it gonna be like
CGI.
cats? It's gonna be like cats where it's like Jack Black's face on this giant Bowser.
No, I wish it's Illumination, so it's CGI.
Ah, ah.
Um,
Did you see
oh,
this
Seth
video
Rogen
of
is
the
Donkey Kong.
what'd you say?
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong.
I don't like that. That's not good.
Really?
Yeah.
I want
I
Seth.
mean never mind.
I want to see DK like smoke a blunt.
Who would I recast as Donkey Kong? I mean, he's ripped. I would say The Rock, but I don't think that would be. I don't think that would be acceptable because he's can't be a monkey. But that would be that would probably get some heat, So I think they did a safe choice where they were like, let's just get a likable guy, likable white guy. So
Charlie
that
Day. Charlie Day is Luigi, so I'd just be okay with like the whole "It's Always Sunny" cast.
oh, that's
So
fire.
Danny DeVito is Donkey Kong.
Or Diddy Kong. Or
One of
no, he would be like Baby Bowser. Honestly, I think he would be Baby Bowser.
well, Danny DeVito starred in an Illumination film. They did the Lorax, if you remember that.
Wait, that started the entire company?
No, I think the first film was Despicable Me, I think,
Mm.
but that was like one of the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been
I
there.
I didn't see the CGI Lorax. I like the OG Lorax though.
CGI Lorax I saw, it's like whatever. Only thing I really like about it is like the ads that came out. They're like, because all those shitty movies by Illumination, they're just like there for commercialism. They're
Mm-hmm.
doing it for a quick buck. Like all those Sing movies are just to sell
Mm-hmm.
iTunes. Minions, they're to sell toys and then boomer memes on Facebook. But Lorax like went hard in the commercialism. Like there's this one infamous ad. It was like the Lorax was doing product placement for like an SUV, like this gas guzzling, environment destroying truck.
Mm.
The Lorax is like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is good for the environment, and it ended up being like one of the worst vehicles for the environment. So they just sell out all the time. So I'm really excited for Mario. I hope like Billie Eilish is on the soundtrack and like Toad Twerks or something.
That would be good. Did you see this video of an orangutan grabbing a guy at a zoo?
It
Went
did.
viral the other day.
It went viral. I don't really get why. Was it supposed to be funny? Because it kind of freaked me out.
It freaked me out too, bro. The orangutan looked like fucking scarred, bro. And everyone was just tweeting like, "I'm on the orangutan side. That motherfucker ain't supposed to be in there." And then other people were like, "Why can I not stop laughing at this?" And I was like, look at the eyes of the orangutan, bro. It does not want to be in there, and it's just trying to do something to express that it doesn't want to be in there anymore by grabbing this guy.
There's a whole like internet subculture. I can't remember how I like fell down this rabbit hole a while back, but I think it was on Twitter or something. There was like a thread, and it was just someone going like monkeys are genuinely the most dangerous animals on like Earth.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
I saw someone tweeted that orangutans have like the strength of 7 men.
oh yeah,
So all I could think about was like, okay, I understand then why the guy who started AIDS might have went back to like see if it's true, if he really has the strength of 7 men. You know what I mean?
monkeys I read are like insane because like I read like a chimp. Um, if like they if like a human's provoking them, they'll either go for one of two targets. They'll either rip off your dick or your nose. It's so fucking like weird to me. Like any animal, they'll just like fucking like kill you. They don't give a shit. They'll be like, "I'll rip off your leg," but the monkey knows. They're like, "Man, I know how to fuck this guy up." That's freaky to me. And I mean, um, Jane Goodall. You know who Jane Goodall is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading in that same like thread on like the people against monkey movement. Um, yeah, they're saying like Jane loves monkeys. She loves studying them. She knew like how fucked they were. So, if she was in Africa and her like kids were in Africa, she'd actually like cage up the kids, and the monkeys would still try to like fucking eat them or something. Like,
Kind of sad King Kong versus Godzilla, none of them had like giant dongs like they should have if they were biologically accurate, you know?
I was on King Kong's side. That movie is bullshit.
I would have liked to see a biologically accurate Godzilla versus Kong, and Kong goes for Godzilla's cock immediately. Just rips it straight off.
I think you even see one. You never see one, bro. Uh, King Kong, you could say, well, it's probably hiding under the hair, but Godzilla's straight up cucked, unless his tail's a dick.
Yeah. Is he supposed? He's just a lizard. Is he any like a Komodo dragon or anything? Is he like supposed to be any sort of actual, or is he's like dinosaur, sorta? Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird though. Like there are a lot of lizards in Florida,
Mhm.
like geckos.
Mhm.
I've never seen like a lizard dick.
Well, you don't really grab them and get your eyes down there and get really close to find it because they're not big.
Do snakes have dicks?
Snakes actually have 2 dicks.
Uh,
Yeah. Uh, I don't know why. Oh, I think one's for pissing and one's for coming. Yeah,
huh.
which would be nice.
Yeah.
I saw a story recently. Actually, this reminds me. Someone was born with 2 penises, and the doctor chose to cut off the bigger one,
Oh
which
no!
is
What the
just
fuck?
which is just terrible.
Yeah.
They thought, I guess, the bigger one would be more problematic down the road, but I mean, yeah, it would have been causing some real problems if he had both of them. He would have he would have taken over the world probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were gonna say like, oh yeah, he was probably just gonna have some health issues, but you have two dicks.
Yeah.
You may not be able to get employed in a lot of places. I don't know if you'd say like in your resume, oh, I got two dicks,
No,
but
you'd be immediately famous, I
yeah, you'd
feel like.
be, dude. The OF would be blown up.
If it looked good, if it looked fucked up, no one would like you. But like if
I
you
would be,
had 2 nice dicks that like weren't like taking over, like they weren't touching each other, but they were just like maybe side by side, top bottom. Because if they're touching each other, it's just like you're gay. You know, you can't be having that, and you can't have sex with 2 girls at one time if the dicks are touching each other, because then the girls got to get close to each other. Um, Then you would just have to fuck a girl with 2 dicks. And nobody wants that because that's too painful.
He'd immediately, I think even if they were the worst looking dicks you've ever seen, he'd probably be like a biggest porn star ever. Just for that fact alone. He'd probably look like fucking Gilbert Godfrey, but 2 dicks.
He would probably go down that
bag,
route. He would probably go down that route. But he would be super popular in school. So he might actually be fine. I don't think people would make fun of him for that. If he had like 2, people get made fun of for having 2 thumbs, but if you have 2 dicks, like that guy is popular as fuck. Everyone envies him.
Getting bullied over 2 thumbs. I got 2 thumbs.
I mean, on the same hand.
Like, damn, call me out like that. Call yourself out like that unless you got something to tell me.
Everyone's just bullying each other for 2 thumbs when they all have it.
Yeah.
That would be good.
But that would suck, man. You'd still be at a disadvantage with 2 dicks because then you only have 2 balls. You'd have to like get it out.
I wonder if the balls were connected to both the dicks, or if one dick was like technically vasectomied,
Or what if one ball is attached to one dick and another? No, then you'd have them like whacking into each other, like you'd be walking, like, oh my god, or running, and they just like smack each other. That'd be painful.
There was a guy in my middle school who had 1 nut, and we called him the 1 Nut Wonder. And he turned to a life of drugs because we bullied him.
Related, or is just like, oh fuck, they bullied me again. I gotta take a bump now.
Well, he was actually pretty rich because he was a drug dealer, but then he also did drugs. I don't know where he's at now. He's probably still he's probably just still 1 ball in the streets.
But how did people know? Did he just like flash someone someday? How did people?
He must have told someone about it, not because it was middle school.
Yeah.
He must have told someone about it and thought like, "Oh, I can't get bullied for this." He was very wrong. Very wrong.
That, especially you're saying it's middle school. That's a little troubling. How we could even like prove that, It's a little sketchy there, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up a new Zoom here. It says it's gonna kick us out. So I got another hot take after this.
All right, I'm gonna go pee while it's closed.
True hot take. So I'll be back. I'll set the new one up.
All right.
Okay, I think it's recording. It says recording. It just didn't say the prompt. This meeting is being recorded, but anyway. I don't know if you're aware. I know you just moved into. I'm not going to dox you, but you're part of town.
I am part of town.
Yeah. So there's a restaurant, and when we hung out, you brought your girl, and I didn't really want to like go to this place either, but I learned of its existence kind of recently.
Yeah.
But I was on Twitter the other day, as all good stories start. I was on Twitter, and I was bored at work, and I see this tweet. It says, "What's the worst restaurant in Atlanta?" I was like, huh, okay, let's see. And it's a lot of local stuff. You wouldn't understand, really. It was like Taco Mac, which is pretty.
I've heard of that one. That's in downtown Decatur.
There's a shit ton of them.
Okay.
It's okay. It's kind of mid. It depends on like some are like kind of decent, but it can get bad fast. And just a little sports bar.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said Waffle House and was promptly cyberbullied.
Yeah, that's wrong.
As they should,
Yeah.
But one guy with no likes said a name, and I was like, I've never heard of this place. It's only one indicator and it is this magical restaurant called Twerk Chicken.
Twerk chicken?
Yeah. I was like, holy hell, with a name like that. So I looked them up. Um, I like to say their Instagram is wild and out. I love their Instagram. I don't follow them, but I keep them in my search tab just so I never forget them. But their tagline is "Chicken so good it makes you want to twerk." And their Instagram is like a fucking OnlyFans page because it's just all their customers just twerking. They have like a twerk pole or there's like a stripper pole. That yeah, literally all of their posts are just like, "Yo, check this baddie." It's not about the food. It's just like their customers. It's like, oh, what the fuck? And their menu is incredible. It's like you can get. They have a special called a slut bucket. It's just a bunch of wings. They have
It's actually
called,
rated pretty well. I'm looking at it.
yeah, they got this thing called twerk juice.
Twerk juice?
Yeah, and it's horrifying, bro. Um, oh my god, they got this other thing on their website. Let me. Their menu is hilarious because they like clearly commissioned like some artist to draw like Rule 34 chickens. It's like the thickest chickens you've ever seen.
I like the twerk chicken Google Images. It's a bunch of rotisserie chickens.
Bro, look at their fucking Instagram.
I'm pulling it up.
It's magical. They got one thing where I was like, bro, you're taking this too far. Oh, they call a taco a thotco. I'm like, oh my god. Oh yeah. They have a whole chicken sandwich topped with twerk sauce called a sloppy top. The twerk burger, a thotco.
I don't know if this is a long-term good marketing scheme.
Look at this.
A bunch of fat asses to sell chicken.
Yeah. You seeing the screen right now? Well, that's their menu. Well, it's fan service right there. The fattest asses. They got all these chicken bitches, but no cocks. Dang.
They have a giant a sexualized chicken painted on their building.
Yeah, that's what I was showing you, bro. This place is wild and out.
This is what have we come to? What have we come to?
It seems like I'm the only one who finds this like actually funny. I showed a coworker. Should probably show your coworkers anything like twerk anything, you know. But I just had to show. Yeah, that's probably an HR no violation, but it was like, yo, check out this restaurant. He's like, he was just disappointed. He's like, oh my god, why?
Oh my god, bro. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's in your neck of the woods, dude.
Some of their videos are like not safe for work. And
Yeah.
it's a chicken restaurant.
Oh yeah, dude. It's practically.
What the hell?
When's the twerk chicken only fans link drop?
Is that allowed? Is there not a law against this? That you can't market your restaurant with like sexual stuff?
I don't know. I mean, Hooters is a thing, but they're also not like.
Yeah, but they're not just blatantly just like, you know, twerking on cam.
I'd hate to see their health score. Twerk chicken, yeah, I'm scared. So yeah, no, I made a joke because I told they're like, oh, what are you doing for your birthday? And I was like, oh, Monday night I'm hanging out with a buddy and his girlfriend. It's like, is twerk chicken the move? And they're like, absolutely fucking not. And file a restraining order. Sorry, I think I don't think twerk chicken is gluten free. So
I don't think we would go there anyways, but
fair enough.
I might have to go then, just by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I just had to bring that up to your attention. The guy who said it was the worst restaurant in Atlanta, he didn't like give any explanation. He just kind of left it at that, which is a little disappointing. But
Hmm. I found a good, kind of a good tier list, by the way.
yeah, twerk chicken food items. Yeah, let's go.
It's no, it's could you fight them
Okay.
tier list maker.
Let me share screen there. Okay, you can share your screen.
Okay. Wait, actually, not yet. Let me find a good one. Holy cow!
I don't know what the worst restaurant in Atlanta for me would be because I've been living here for a minute. I know, like, hmm, I remember there's like this one place. I think it's like in Duluth or something. It's called like New China or something. But the problem is there are a lot of places like called like New China, but just some kind of shitty strip mall Chinese restaurant. But they got in huge trouble with they went like viral online. They got like the national headlines going because one of their workers was like cutting like meat, but he's cutting meat on like the front porch asphalt.
Hmm.
So yeah, the chefs were like preparing meat, cutting food on like the front porch and like gravel. So that doesn't seem sanitary. But I've never been there. Um, I don't know what my worst restaurant in Atlanta would be.
Let me. Can we pause the stream?
Oh sure.
Quick. Just trying to find a good.
All right. After some intermission, we're doing this tier ranking. Saw Pixar MILFs. That would have been funny, kind of, but there are a lot of like non-human Pixar MILFs.
There was too many Bugs Life characters.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'd fuck a car as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
God put exhaust pipes in cars for a reason, but
Yeah.
I was like,
The
honestly,
list was just. It was just too teed up to just say some outrageous things about
and a lot
cars and bugs and fish.
and a lot of them, yeah, weren't MILFs. Like, I'm not gonna fuck Carl Fredrickson's wife. I'm not gonna cuck Marlon.
No.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna have sex with whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, incredible mom, Miss Elastic or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm.
Look, yeah, I mean, too many obvious choices there, but we're doing 2000s movies.
Made
We both
by
seen a decent amount. But
doesn't
what?
say the author, but just made by some random person. And it's
Yeah,
just there's not really a theme to any of these movies. They're just random 2000 movies, but they're pretty popular.
yeah,
So
yeah. And big thing is there's a lot of dog shit here.
there's a lot of
So
dog shit.
yeah, this could be kind of fun. But 17 again. Have you seen it?
I have seen 17 again.
Why?
Because it came out when I was young, and Zac Efron, I think this was his first sort of like R-rated movie after High School Musical.
I don't think it was R-rated. I think it was like a
PG-13 maybe,
sure.
but yeah, it was one of those ratings. So I definitely saw it so I could see some curse words from Zac Efron, and I remember being pretty solidly funny, not terrible, but not great or I would even say good, but it was like
I
eh.
I haven't seen it. I remember it coming out, but I think it'd be bullshit to be 17 again. So I don't want to live in like 2015 again. That shit would suck.
No, he just turns 17 in the present.
Well, yeah, but even then, I mean, you can't really vote.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't be drafted in a war. Being 17 would be bullshit.
That would suck if the whole movie was voting day and he turned 17 and then the English Raptor uh, steals the show. Anyways, I'm gonna give this a D. I don't think it's terrible. I've seen it.
You'd give Zac Efron the D? Damn.
All right. Now, once he's 18.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Okay. No, yeah.
uh, got Avatar, and I was actually bullied in high school for liking Avatar. Everyone thought it was terrible, and I saw it like 4 times when it came out, just because there was nothing else like it. So I enjoyed it. I saw it in IMAX 4 times and in 3D,
Your
and I
kids
thought it
were
was
ahead.
cool.
Your students were ahead of their time because everyone was like sucking that movie's dick.
No, I got bullied. Everyone was like, "That movie sucks." But I mean, I don't suck its penis. Uh, I don't think avatars have penises, but I think it's solid. I don't think it's amazing. What about you?
I'd give it a C. I don't really care for it. My brother like did a fucking backflip for it when he saw it when he was like 8 and I was like 11.
I'd
It
give it
gave
a C
me
as well.
it gave me like a headache in the theater, so I only saw it once then. Um,
Hmm.
I'm excited for the second one though, because I mean, you wait like 13 years. Like, I'll watch all like 4 of these sequels or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm. There's kind of just like this movies like this, these big budget adventure movies. They're always just like, right when hope is lost in the climax, that's when like the common folk or like backup shows up. Like Star Wars does this, Lord of the Rings does this, Avatar does this. I mean, what else? What else is there where they come back at the last second? Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Yeah.
So,
Every single Star Wars, pretty much every like almost every movie ever. I mean, even Avatar is just pretty derivative of like Dances with Wolves and Pocahontas.
mhm. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer to fixing these movies or like what would be a better ending. I wish there's just, one hero who really saves everyone. But I think maybe why that wouldn't work is because like people, NPCs who like watch the movie, there isn't one hero in the real world. And it's like more romantic to be like, everyone is the hero and we can be the people against evil. But, when you do that in every movie, it's like it gets lame. So,
It's an archetype. It's like Lego Movie was really against that with like the special and um, the whole like the chosen one cliche. Even Avatar itself is cliche just because it's just kind of a story we've seen that doesn't really do anything different. But I mean, it's a fine film. The effects obviously are like why people went.
mm-hmm. Thought the Lego movie was fire, by the way.
Oh
Just a
yeah,
side note. B movie.
feeling like B tier, obviously. Where else would it go?
I think this has been beaten to death with people's opinions. Uh, I think it's just one of those, it's so dumb that it's good. And it's even funnier that it's Jerry Seinfeld and John Goodman, and the idea is just crazy that I like to watch it.
For real, I'd probably give it a C tier because it wasn't like because I saw when I was a kid. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I mean, could throw dog shit at a theater screen, and as a kid, you like whatever you watch. But
I think
Yeah,
that's fair.
I was a senior in high school when it became a meme again.
Hmm.
Um, so I was kind of critically looking at it, and it's just decent. It's not anything crazy. I mean,
But I would rather watch this than 17 again. And
yeah,
if the options were Avatar and B movie, I could go either way.
yeah. The
Yeah.
memes were S tier.
Hmm.
Those were
Hmm.
great, but like the movie itself, yeah, whatever. Cars.
Cars. Um, to be honest with you, I don't remember so much about Cars. It's been a very long time since I've watched it. I mean, I remember the like intimate moments about like Doc and reopening the town, but I don't really remember how good it was.
I remember it being, yeah, just another kind of cliche story. Just something we've seen, just in different films, same kind of story. But yeah, I don't remember much from it either. I'm a Cars 2 defender. I'm like, that wasn't a good movie. But it wasn't the end of the world like people would suggest. But
Hmm.
original Cars, I mean, I feel like that'd be a cool C or D tier. It's pretty, I mean, you could do a
I'll
lot
put a
worse.
D. I'll put a
Sure, yeah,
D.
yeah. Cars 2 would probably be C tier, but you could do a lot worse than Cars. But definitely compared to like an actual like good film, it's very lacking.
All right, now we got Cat in the Hat, which you were talking about the other night,
Yeah,
weren't you?
yeah, I'd take a bullet for that film.
What do you want to rank this one?
B tier
B
because
tier?
there is some cringe that like puts it down, but like I'd even argue it's genuinely funnier than a lot of like
Oh yeah,
movies.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I love it.
and incredible production design because the director was actually the production designer behind like Batman '89, Edward Scissorhands. He's
Mm,
an Academy Award winning like designer. He's incredible. It's just
mm-hmm,
like it's just kind of a cringe movie, but I still genuinely love it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Chicken Little.
Boy, what's your thought on Cat in the Hat?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I mean, I think it's just ridiculous, and I mean, there's never just like a straight scene that's like resembles anything that's like real life, but it's also not like overstimulating like a CGI movie. Um, so I think it's unique, and I would probably rather watch that than Avatar if I had to, you know, watch anything.
Yeah, it's fun.
Hmm.
Chicken Little, I'm getting that shit an F.
What? I
Yeah,
love Chicken Little.
hideous CGI. Think the dad
What?
was a deadbeat dad.
It is kind of like a Close Encounters CGI movie. I would like to put a D if that's fair.
That's
Uh,
okay. I just feel like, but compared to the Cars, I feel like it's a worse film. But
I like Chicken Little.
okay, put it in D tier.
I don't think it's terrible.
I mean, I liked it as a kid, but
You watched it when you were older and it was dumb.
I don't even think I watched it when I was older. It's just like I've seen clips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just, I guess the Disney standard kind of like holds it back. It'd probably just be a dump. If it was like DreamWorks, we'd probably all be like, yeah, it was whatever. But just because
Mm-hmm.
it's Disney, if you're like, well, I expect more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Coraline actually.
I haven't either. The book really freaked me out as a kid. Um, they read it to us when I was like in fifth grade, and it's a really like fucked up book. I think it's really smart. Like as an adult, I could be like, damn, that was kind of smart. But
Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen Donnie Darko either.
I'm throwing that on D tier.
Okay.
D for Donnie Darko. Um, it's a really pretentious, just kind of a miserable film. I really don't get the appeal. There are people who love it, who obsess over it. but it doesn't really make sense to me. And apparently, you actually have to buy like entire fucking like textbook explaining it, the lore. I think that's super lame. But people who like get it, really love it. I just never understood it. So
I do want to watch it soon. I have it on Blu-ray, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
yeah, let me know. I mean, it involves like time travel. It
Okay.
involves a lot of like shit. I was like, I don't get it. Just some edgy teen movie, you know.
Emperor's New Groove. I like it. I would put it C.
Put it like A tier.
A tier?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah, I do. It's got a lot of quotables, like Llama Face, Pull the Lever Kronk.
The box that I'm giving to Cusco. Cusco's box.
Cusco.
Kronk carries the whole film.
Kronk is great, yes.
But just
Who's that voice actor? He's the guy in a lot of the animated movies.
Patrick Warburton, who's Joe on Family Guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, the voice cast is unbelievable because you got like who's that? I can't remember his name, but the guy from like Joe Dirt. He's on like Lions.
David Spade, yeah, he plays the llama.
David Spade, John Goodman, Patrick Warburton. Isma was Eartha Kitt, who was Catwoman, Miss Batman '66.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable, like cast. And it's just genuinely like funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of a. I don't know. The story's kind of cliche too. It's like nothing I haven't seen before, but it's fun.
Enchanted.
Never saw that one.
I saw it, and I think it's solid. I'll put a D. It's got
I
some
like
good songs.
You're like, it's solid. It's going D tier next to F.
It is solid. It's solid, you know?
I feel like we need a better system. Like A is 5-star, B 4, C is 3 stars, D is 2, F is like 1. But S is like next level. Because I think Donnie Darko is like trash. I think Chicken Little is like trash. That's why it's in D tier. But if you think it's solid, I feel like
All right, I'll move it up one.
C tier.
I do think it's solid.
Sure. I mean, 3 stars. It's like not bad.
Yeah. Flushed Away.
I saw it once.
I saw it a couple times. I remember it being. It's okay. I would put a D.
D or C, yeah. I don't really remember.
I wouldn't say it's better than or as good as the B movie. Hairspray, however, I don't know if you've seen Hairspray. Have you seen Hairspray?
Oh, not. Isn't that John Travolta in drag or something?
I would put it B tier. Hairspray is my favorite musical, actually.
Oh, it's something I want to see. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I love it. I love the entire movie.
Hey, it's about a clock out here. I'll just make one more, and we should be able to get through this. We're breezing through. So,
all right. Blast through the last couple of these.
All right, what do we have here?
Holes.
Short for any holes a goal.
I don't remember too much about this one. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I just know Shia LaBeouf is in it, and I know a lot of people love it. I don't remember too much.
I never saw it, but I read the book, and it freaked me out as a kid. This is a recurring theme. Books scare me.
You didn't watch the movie if you got freaked out, it seems like.
Well, there's just that lizard that would bite you, and then you just like die. And there were a lot of geckos in Florida when I lived there at the time, so it's like, what if that's one of them?
Howl's Moving Castle, I would put S tier for me personally.
For me, I'd say B tier. I mean, it's definitely really good. Um, so a lot of people like I got my friends to watch it who are into anime, and they're like, "Oh well, it's really confusing story-wise." And I'll agree with that. It's kind of muddled, but I do think it's a pretty good film.
Well, all of the Studio Ghibli films, they're just nothing like a Pixar film. They are kind of random, but I love them. Um, they're not as like much on theme like as American cartoon movies, as in like there's a moving castle and then there's like a wizard and then there's like some old lady that like or there's a woman who like turns into this old lady. Like not a lot of it makes sense, and then there's a war going on. Like there's a bunch of random stuff.
It's an
But
Iraq War,
yeah.
thinly veiled Iraq War thing going. I just remember, yeah, I mean the main villain was defeated in the last 5 minutes because I just remember the girl being like, "Hey, that's not nice," and the main villain's like, "Oh yeah, I guess you're right. War's over."
I'm out.
Yeah. No, I like the film. I haven't seen it in a little bit, but I'd like to. It's been on my watch list to see.
All right.
Watch.
We'll average out the S and the B and make it an A.
That's fair.
I don't remember too much about Ice Age, just the squirrel parts.
That could be said for any of these Ice Age movies.
Yeah.
I'd probably say let's just say C, average. I remember more about like Dawn of the Dinosaurs and the Meltdown one.
The Incredibles is great. I would put that A, personally.
That's fair. I remember watching it a lot as a kid. I just don't really remember much. I did not like the sequel though. Did you like it?
No, not really.
Yeah.
But the first one was very good.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't want to rewatch that one too.
A lot about family dynamics, and it's not just a fun movie about superheroes. I really liked it.
I used to have Disney Plus, but I was just bumming off my ex's account, and then one day she's like, "I'm taking it away." I was like, "Fuck."
I've never seen iRobot.
Never seen it either.
I don't remember too much about the first Iron Man, but I generally am not a big fan of superhero movies.
I mean, it did everything right, I'd say. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but
I know it's supposed to be good. I know it's good.
Well, it's Jon Favreau doing really great work. I mean, you gotta take a step back and be like, man, everything had to go right for the MCU, and like casting was perfect. Yeah, just overall really great. I haven't seen it in some time. I'd probably give it a B or A tier.
All right,
we'll go B. Let's just do that. Yeah.
I haven't seen Jennifer's Body, and I don't think if I did, I would get it. I know it's a very hard women's perspective movie, so I have not seen it.
It got bad reviews initially, I know that, but e-girls and annoying people really love it, so now it's good apparently, but I haven't seen it. I don't think I'd like it really either.
I think Kill Bill is solid. It's probably not in my top 5 of favorite Tarantinos, but that being said, it is good. It is good. It's just, I don't think it's great, to be honest with you. It's just fun. It's a fun watch.
Yeah. In my top 5 Tarantino, the 5 would have to be Pulp, Reservoir, Django, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I think it'd have to be 5 for me, or in the top 5, because what else would it be? Death Proof, Inglorious. I didn't really care for.
I like that's pretty much my top 5. Except I like Jackie Brown a lot, actually. It's just more of a low key Tarantino, and I just think it's paced really well. Really makes you wait for the finale.
I
That's
think I
made.
like Kill Bill 1 more than 2,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but they both have really strong things about them. I think the problem with 1, I think, is like, because it's awesome to me, but like where it cuts off, it's definitely a part 1.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I mean, I'd still give it like A tier.
It
Because
was
like,
it was actually supposed to be one whole movie, but
yeah.
Harvey Weinstein was like, we could just make more money if we just cut it in half.
Well,
So
also, it would be like a 4-hour movie.
yeah, but that's what he wanted originally.
I'd go with A tier, if only because like if we put in B tier, that's like Cat in the Hat and
Yeah,
right tier.
yeah, yeah.
I think
No,
it's a
no.
little better than that.
I was just saying in the scheme of like the Tarantino movies, I just think it's good compared to the other ones that I think are really great.
Sure. I'd say Kill Bill 1 and 2 merged. That would definitely be a top 5.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's great.
But like, yeah, separate, it's kind of, well,
Mm-hmm. I've never seen Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. There was this girl I hung out with when I was a senior in college, and we met on like a dating app and all that, but we weren't like that at all. We just like hang out and watch like a movie and just. I wasn't like, yeah, watch a movie, Like we'd actually just hang out, have something on, just chill. Uh, but that was one of them. One of the things she wanted to watch, and it's not great. Um, there's like one joke. It's funny because there's one joke I like chuckled at, like guffawed at, but then she got like really offended by the joke. I'm like, damn, well, you're the one who put the movie on, shit.
So what would you rate it?
Probably like a D tier. I mean, if I only laughed once,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Mm-hmm.
was like watchable. It wasn't like bad,
We don't have any Fs yet.
Yeah, we don't.
Madagascar. See, I seen Madagascar, and I remember the beginning, but then I can't really distinguish like what was Madagascar 1 and what was Madagascar 2, and then what was the show Penguins in Madagascar. So I remember liking it as a kid, but I don't remember all about it. I know they went on like the Central Station and stuff like that, but I don't really remember a lot about it.
I was obsessed with the series when I was a kid. I saw all of them. I watched Penguins a shit ton.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much from the first movie. I've seen like clips here and there, like in the last few years, and they kind of made me cringe.
Should we put Unseen to be fair?
I'll put it like C or D, but I
Okay.
just feel like it's not. It's something that probably did not age well.
Mm-hmm. Paul Blart Mall Cop.
I have seen that.
I like it. I like I think they play this song called Weekend in New England by Barry Manigault, which is a super dramatic song for no reason in the movie. And pretty much the punchline of every joke is that he's fat in the movie. I would put it F, to be real with you. If we're gonna put Paul Blart Mall Cop above Madagascar or even with it, I would put this as our first F personally.
My buddy was supposed to come over. We're just gonna eat pizza and get drunk. And I have a sealed copy, a DVD of Paul Blart 2. Never watched it, never even opened it. We're gonna watch it, but then I had to like bail, which sucked. Um, the best part about Paul Blart 2 is they say like bonus features. And it's just all the shit, but it
Mm-hmm.
like lets you know on the back cover. It's like, hey, you can have your deleted scenes, but only if you buy the Blu-ray. That's so funny to me. Like, you have to pay like premium just to see scenes that were deemed not fit for Pub Lore 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine paying like $20, being like, "Oh yeah, I want to see scenes that aren't even good enough to get in the like actual fucking film."
So what would you rank it? I'm putting it F.
Pub Lore 1, I remember where I was, where I was in life, and where I even saw it. Like, I have distinct memories seeing it at downtown Disney, that theater, and my parents fucking hated it. Um, I remember Paul Blart getting drunk in one scene, and I don't know why, but that really like spoke to me. It's like, is this what alcoholism is really like? But I was 11, so yeah, tears okay.
All right, our first F. Master of Disguise. Have you seen this movie?
I have not, but I've heard the horror stories.
This is one of the movies that I think is so bad that it's good. And so I would put it C in B movie. I mean, it's terrible, but the fact that it's so terrible is why I like it. And there's also a rumor. The goofiest scene in this movie is he's wearing a turtle costume, Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
And he looks like a turtle. He has like a face stuff on, so he's bald and he has like a turtle nose. He looks like Voldemort. And he has a real turtle shell on. And he's talking like a turtle. And then he bites a guy's nose off and spits it across the room like a boomerang. And he's just going off saying, "Turtle, turtle." And there's a rumor that he filmed this after the news broke that a plane has crashed into the Twin Towers. And he's doing the goofiest scene of all time.
You were setting that up, and I was going to bring that up because that's the only thing I know about that movie.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, yeah, I heard they like filmed this dog shit when like 9/11 happened.
And it's the goofiest scene of the movie.
I really want to watch it. That's just one of those things which like on my list, but it's something like you have to pirate it, which that's stealing. That's against the 10 Commandment. I'm not about that. So it's stealing, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to pay for the shit. They're never gonna air this on TV.
Yeah, I'm putting it C because it's so terrible that like it's funny. It's funny how like unwatchable it is.
Oh my god!
I've never seen Mean Girls.
You know what? I'll play the devil's advocate. I genuinely like that film.
All right.
Tina Fey did a great job with the script. Yeah, I mean, falls in a lot of that teen movie cliche. But I think a lot of those cliches, like a lot of these movies, are just trying to be Mean Girls, and I think it's actually a pretty good film. I put it like B tier.
B tier, you said?
Yeah, actual like funny moments.
All right. No, I think that's fair. I think Tina Fey is pretty smart. She's a good comedy writer. Monster House is great. I would put this B tier.
Yeah, I won't put it like B or C, but I'm cool with that.
I just think for being a kid's horror movie, pretty good stuff. Pretty frightening. Depending on what age you watched it at.
I like how I can't remember the guy's name, but Dan Harmon made that movie. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, I think he wrote it. I don't think he directed, but he definitely like wrote it, and I think you can see a lot of that comedy. So, yeah, BTR, I'm cool with
that. Monsters Inc. I would also put B. One of the better Pixar movies, I think. But I wouldn't put it up there with The Incredibles or Emperor's New Groove.
That's fair. I'd say like B tier. I remember liking it. I just don't remember anything about it.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is one of my top 5 movies of all time. I'll put this S tier for me personally. I love it.
Do you agree? I was going to say S tier as well. I love that film.
It is. It used to be one of my favorite movies until I started watching a ton of movies, but still probably in my top 5. I love it.
I remember, yeah, like I was in fifth grade and kids thought it was really boring, but like I couldn't tell what was a good movie and what was bad, but I could just tell like that one was just like different. This
Mm-hmm.
one, there's something about it where I was like, well, there's no like poop jokes. There's
Mm-hmm.
no
Mm-hmm.
like fart, nobody like farted and say like, oh no, he didn't, It wasn't like the dog shit I usually watched. But even then, like I could tell, like I was like, damn, that was a good ass movie.
Uh, a fun fact about the movie is that the 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 foxes and all the animals are actually made of real animal hair.
Really?
Uh, and Wes Anderson actually had a bit of a debate over it with the animators on if they should use fake hair or real animal hair, because real animal hair like moves around and like sticks.
Yeah.
And the fake animal hair would just be in one place. But Wes likes the look of the original 1930s King Kong, which is real animal hair, and the hair on the King Kong moves around. So anytime you ever see a hair move in Fantastic Mr. Fox, that's like thumb indentations of like the animators readjusting the puppets. Um, and that's just sort of a thing that like Wes Anderson does, is he has like subtle stuff where like he lets you know like this is a movie and like there's people behind this. Um, in all of his movies, if there's like curtains opening up in like Steve Zissou, or there'll be like dolly shots in the Grand Budapest Hotel that like rattles around, or like it's an unsteady thing. And even in the French Dispatch, uh, a movie that's even more like precise than the Grand Budapest Hotel, and more like detailed. There's one part where it's like it's just a handheld camera and it's moving around. So he just likes in his movies to like remind you that like there's like other people making specific decisions about the movie that you kind of forget about. And so I kind of like that.
Well, one thing I will say, you see a lot of big studio animation, and they all kind of look samey. I mean, there's the Pixar aesthetic that we all know. Um, I will say, like, it definitely looks unique, and that's cool. Even from other like claymation films, like Aardman, every Aardman film looks the same. Um, Now, I will say, like, Isle of Dogs looks like Mr. Fox, which was a little disappointing. It didn't really look visually unique, or the
Mm-hmm.
novelty just wore off. But yeah, it's a really fantastic, looking film. Just
Mm-hmm.
overall, I love that movie.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember enough about Napoleon Dynamite. I remember like the main best parts and the best quotes, but all the stuff in between, I don't remember how good it was. I remember the tater tots in the pocket, the action figure out the window, the dance scene, the llama, um, his brother messaging girls online, but that's about it for me.
I give it an A tier. I really love it. It's pretty low budget film, but it's just like fun, and um, I think yeah, that was their first film, I think, and they just knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Love
No, I
that.
remember it being hilarious. I just haven't seen it in a while. Um,
Narnia.
I put Narnia at D. Um, I think it's cool, but uh, I don't know. It just didn't really get me invested, or like got me to care about it. Really, I mean, I cared about the lion because it got tortured, but like the lion was also God, so it was fine, and it came back. Another cliche, but
I read the book, I've seen the movie, I think. I just don't remember it. I've seen like the first two movies and whatever. You put it wherever, I don't care.
National Treasure I liked as a kid. I know it's not good, and it's just it's sort of like a Mission Impossible with Nicolas Cage. Um, I would probably put a D.
I've never seen it. It
Okay.
just comes across to me as that meme
Mm.
format where you see like, "Mom, can we get National Treasure? Or hey, Mom, can we get Indiana Jones? We have Indiana Jones at home. That's Indiana Jones at
Yeah,
home." Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But I think it's solid. Yeah, it's good. It's
fair enough.
exciting.
I want to see it.
It is exciting. It's a good action movie, but like that's about it.
The
Um,
Notebook I have not seen.
I haven't seen it either.
Okay, that takes care of that.
Over the Hedge, haven't seen. All right, I've seen it. I just don't remember enough about it.
I don't remember enough about it. I mentioned it at work. Probably the first time anyone's mentioned that movie in like 10 years. But I said 16 years ago, it's my birthday. 16 years ago, I watched Over the Hedge probably summer of '06. I was 8. 16 years from now, I'll be 40. That kind of fucked me up. So, fuck Over the Hedge. They can go on scene. That made me feel old.
That is scary. I haven't seen Ponyo yet. I need to.
I did during my pandemic watch through. It's very derivative of Little Mermaid, but like
Okay.
not as good. And I've never seen Little Mermaid, but like it's obvious.
Mm-hmm. What do
Matt
you?
Damon was the main villain. I think it really belongs more like C tier, but just for the pure like animation alone, I'd say
Yeah,
B.
I know it's very pretty and a lot of fun fish animation and stuff.
It's very childish. Like I read Miyazaki had like a
Mm-hmm.
test screening with Japanese kids, and he was like shocked because they're all like bored with it. And I don't blame him. It was kind of a boring film, but
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
it sounded great. But I mean, that's every Ghibli film.
I don't know what this is. Barbie,
Princess. No,
Princess
that's.
Popper.
Oh yeah, Princess and the Pauper Barbie. I hadn't seen the shit.
I feel like my sister had that. Sounds very familiar. Ratatouille, I think, is great. I would put that B.
I haven't seen it since it came out,
Oh, it's
or
a good
like a
one.
little after. So it's been too long. I don't know.
That's another great Pixar movie.
Fair enough. That's cool.
Robots, I would put A.
I've seen robots, but I've got a friend I'm in a group chat with who constantly memes Big Weld. I
Yeah.
saw I saw it once. He keeps saying he wants to fuck Big Weld or something. I don't know what that means.
Well, there's a part in Robots where they get into Big Welt's car and they accidentally push a button and all these disco lights come on and this giant bed rolls out and then this music turns on. It's like, oh yeah. So he'd definitely be fucking.
Isn't he like thick or something?
He's just a giant ball with a tiny ball head on top of the giant ball. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw it. I think I thought it was funny, but I don't remember it.
It's mainly funny because Robin Williams is the red guy, and
Yeah,
he's just hilarious. Robin Williams is always great.
sure.
I remember Meet the Robinsons being solid.
I never saw it.
I would put it C with what we have in our C tier. I thought it was pretty good.
Seems like a C tier kind of film.
I actually watched School of Rock for the first time about 2 months ago, and I thought it was great.
I saw it in high school for the first time, and I was just kind of underwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird. It's a Linklater film of all things,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really care for it. It was just kind of C tier for me. But you can put it wherever you want. I just thought it wasn't like it
I
wasn't.
think C tier is fair.
It's got like a 90+% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I didn't really get it. It was just like, well, it's okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
C
wouldn't
tier
go.
is fair. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
wouldn't
just
go back,
it's
but
just fun.
sure.
Um,
Now he's real cinema.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one is this first one and the second one.
The second one was Spooky Island.
Okay.
The second
The
one
first
was
one is like the museum scene, right? Isn't there like a museum scene with like an auction or something?
an option.
I don't know. I don't think I remember it well enough.
First one was weird because it had like actual demons, and because it had people turning into demons, and then Shaggy met a girl named Mary Jane, and she was a demon in disguise, and that was pretty fucking weird. And then a Scrappy Doo wanted to release like Hell on Earth, and Rowan Atkinson was there at Spooky Island. It was written by fucking Jay Gunn or James Gunn, the Guardians of the Galaxy guy. Second one, I can't remember. I just remember Shaggy got tits or something.
Shaggy got tits?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I actually remember being turned on by that as a kid.
Oh, no.
Anyways, Scooby-Doo. Why are we ranking it?
Either B or C tier. I still like that first one.
I'll go B.
Shark Boy and Lava Chad.
This is gonna get an F from me. I mean, it was good as a kid, but if you watch it again, it is awful.
I saw it for the first time, so no nostalgia, no nothing. I saw it for the first time senior year of college. And I was pretty drunk, but that's the way I do it.
And what'd you think?
Dreams, 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 dreams.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be good with two child actors, and I'm pretty sure it's a Disney Channel movie. It just can't be good.
No, it's theatrical.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was made by Robert Rodriguez, and it had a 6-figure budget. No, it was a big deal. Like, I do remember like coming to theaters because everyone in first grade had to like watch it except
Well,
me.
do you disagree with me on the F?
No, that's okay. I mean, yeah, it was a pretty horrible film. There was like enough like cringe in it. Like, what was that line? Like, Mr. Electivire, take him immediately to the principal's office so he can be expelled. There's enough shit like that. Someone even pointed out in one shot they clearly didn't get like, I guess they did a reshoot, but they didn't get George Lopez. So there's just one uncanny shot in the film where it's clearly just some random Mexican guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean George Lopez. There's a lot of shit in that movie, but yeah, F is okay. Let's try to blow through these.
All right. Shark Tale. I'll also give that an F compared to what we have in the D.
It can go an F. I don't remember.
I like Shrek 1 better than Shrek 2.
Same. I get a lot of arguments and fights with people because Shrek 1 is clearly better than Shrek 2.
Yeah, but I still think Shrek 2 is awesome.
I think Shrek 2 is A tier. Shrek 1 is S tier.
Yeah. I really like the movies when there's just one hero. So, as you can see, there's Fantastic Mr. Fox and Shrek. I don't like where Shrek 2, though, like everyone's the hero and fighting it out. So
Shrek 1 is just a self-contained great story. Duloc is a Chad. Shrek 2 is still great. The villain is a step down. But also, you need to understand all the Shrek lore before Shrek 2. So it's kind of like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're still very incredible films.
Spiderwick Chronicles? I don't remember. I know I saw it as a tiny child, but I don't remember anything about it. I know it's like monsters and they have to like cover salt around their yard, but that's all I know.
I didn't see it.
All right. I don't remember too much about it. Spirited Away?
Saw it in high school once. I really liked it.
I did really like it. I just didn't, with what we have at Howl's Moving Castle at A, I put Spirited Away at B, just because it's just kind of like an an odyssey,
Yeah.
giant adventure, but I feel like there's more substance in Howl's Moving Castle, and Spirited Away is just kind of an adventure movie. What do you think?
I enjoyed it. I think it's like the best, but like you said, just the way they do storytelling, it's not that accessible for people outside the culture. There are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that like you have to understand culture, and
Mm-hmm.
that's like fine. But at the same time, like for me to appreciate it without understanding everything, I'd still put it like an A tier.
Okay. No, that's fair. I will put it at A tier as well.
Yeah, it's just been a really long time where it's like, well, I'd love to rewatch it, but
I'll put SpongeBob an A.
I would
Just for
probably
the nostalgia mainly.
I probably wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of conflict is saved from like a Deus Ex Machina. In fact, a lot of them because it's
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. David Hasselhoff, you're talking about?
well, yeah, but it's not even that because like the diver steps on the biker guy, David Hasselhoff. There's a lot of shit like that, and I mean, like that's really nitpicky for a fucking like SpongeBob movie, but I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
really liked it, and it had Ocean Man in the credits, so B or A, I'm kind of cool with it.
I think B is fair. I would rather watch robots than SpongeBob SquarePants and
Ooh, that's
Shrek
a hot
2.
take.
I just love the SpongeBob humor mainly.
Yeah,
Um, I think Spy Kids was good.
I've never seen the first one. I've only seen Spy Kids 3D because that's the only DVD my teachers had in grade school.
Um, I'll put this C.
Sure.
I think it's kind of exciting. It's kind of cool. Step Brothers. I'm not like a giant fan of Step Brothers, to be honest with you. I do think it's funny, but I think it's wildly overhyped.
I completely agree. It's like
Yeah.
it's decent. Boats and Hose is like the best part, but I don't remember any of the jokes. I remember John Riley put his nutsack on Will's like drums. I remember Boats and Hose, and that's it. But for
Mm-hmm.
the amount of people like quoting it and acting like it's the second coming, it's wildly overrated. I'll agree. I'd say like a C or D tier, but it's not like
Yeah, I'll put C.
it's meh. Oh, but super
Um,
bad.
Super Bad, I'll put S. I think it's one of the best comedies of all time.
Yeah, I can't decide between A or S, but you can do S. I do love that movie a lot. It's been a minute for
I
that too.
I think it'll never get old, and it's kind of impressive that a coming of age movie can do that. Like a movie kind of like Stand by Me. I think Super Bad will be. I think it'll always be relevant.
It's very of its time. I'd even say that because I don't think I saw it for the first time in high school. I don't even think like it's a timeless film just for like setting, I guess. But at the same time, it is for the comedy. Like that is awesome. But anyway, Surf's Up. Didn't see it.
Surfs Up is good. I'll put it C.
Surf's Up 2. Wave Mania is incredible. Go watch it. I've seen it.
Uh, I don't like Talladega Nights. I would put that D.
I give it a B, but maybe we can
Okay,
compromise. I
put it
actually
at
do think
C.
it's pretty funny.
All right. I haven't seen Transformers. We got to blow through this because we're
Yeah,
about out of time. I haven't
yeah.
seen Transformers.
Haven't seen it. Haven't seen Treasure Planet either.
I saw it, but it's kind of boring, and I don't remember too much about it. Never saw Twilight.
I have. I wish I could go more in depth. I was like, is this really the worst movie ever made, according to people from 2009? It's very bad. It's very good at what it does, so I understand why it's a hit, but it's just boring. Throw in D tier. It's not valueless, but it is near that.
Up, possibly the best opening to a movie of all time, it makes you care about the main character in under 2 minutes. I would put this A tier, to be honest with you.
A tier only because it's at such a high bar. The rest of the movie can't follow it.
The rest of the movie cannot follow it. That is true.
It's still
But
very good.
the way they did that, amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It is a great film.
What's that?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I think it's well, I don't know. Never mind.
Wally, I think, is good. It's another interesting sort of thing like Up. It makes you care about this robot when it doesn't talk for the first 30 minutes of the movie, or like you don't hear any English, which is an interesting little Pixar decision. So, but I think it's good. I think it's like sort of one of the most low-key, chill, quiet Pixar movies. And if you're in the mood for that, I think it's a good one.
Wall-E is great, but it's the same problem with Up. I think the intro is really great, and it does have good moments, but can't follow that. Worse so than Up, so I give it B tier.
Same. White Chicks, I would put F. It's terrible.
Put it D tier at least. It's really funny when you're drunk, which I did.
It is one of those movies that's like so bad that it is kind of funny. I will agree with that.
Yeah, I'll defend White Chicks, but only, if you're...
But at the same time, it's like, you can't watch that too many times.
True, I've seen it once.
OG X-Men.
I haven't seen OG X-Men.
I'd say go C tier. Just pretty cheap. CGI isn't great, but also I read like
they had to rush it out just to make something at a lower budget. And for that, like, I don't remember much. It's just kind of a rough film, but it's enjoyable, I guess. It's watchable. Just nothing great.
Well, here are our results, and I'm pretty happy with them.
Yeah, this is a crazy-ass tier list. This is crackhead energy.
Yeah.
You've got Avatar in the same as Ice Age. Master of Disguise. Yeah, that's right. Cat in the Hat with Iron Man. Cat in the Hat with Wall-E. That's Scooby-Doo with Ratatouille. Yeah, we're smoking meth for this list. But
well, before it logs us out, you want to do a quick outro?
Oh, yeah. Well, Rock Shop Podcast come close. Who are you people?
Goodbye.
Yeah, we're about to get logged off here. Dang.